Thanks for joining us at workvisas.solutions, where we answer your work visas questions so that you can come and live and work in America. That's right, we work for the American dream so that it's still open for the world's best and brightest, just like you. Ask us your question about work visas in the comments below or visit workvisas.solutions with it. And today we are going to answer Sachin's question: should athletes out of a U.S. university look to a P1 visa? Well, that's a great question, and we're going to discuss it really briefly. But first, let's explain exactly what a P1 visa is. As you are aware, there's all sorts of different letters that we use for visas. The P1 is the entertainer or the athlete visa, and not just any entertainer or any athlete. It can be groups or teams. And they have to be quite famous. Let's take, for example, Cirque du Soleil. The people that are actually comprising the Cirque du Soleil would qualify under the P1 for the alien circus personnel. Now, that is the entertainer P1 visa. It might also be very famous musical groups like One Direction or so, let's say. Let's switch to Sachin's question, which is more about the actual athletes themselves and whether an F1 who is on the football team at the university is going to graduate and maybe they should look for a P1 as opposed to an H1. What type of athletes get P1s? This is the tough one. Is it worth pursuing? Are you going to know it when you see it? P1s, it looks like you're going to know it when you see it because they are only reserved for major league athletes. Now, think about your favorite Dominican Republic baseball player, for example. They probably plays for the Yankees or the Red Sox. Very likely that person's on a P1 visa. And if they're a super all-star, maybe that P1 visa is not necessarily tied to the Yankees or the Red Sox. It might be tied to Manny Ramirez. Wait, he'd be on a different visa now because he no longer plays, but for a single athlete who's that world famous, they can get a P1 for 5 years. Think about it. If he's like a hot commodity on the free agent circuit. Or hockey would probably have a lot of P1 visa holders. Any major league sports league that has international talent on it will have P1 visas. Instead of teams like we were discussing with baseball or hockey, what about just people? You know, like Manny Pacquiao. If he's going to come over to Vegas and box pugilistically with Mayweather, is that still a thing? No. Okay. Hypothetically speaking, Manny Pacquiao versus Mayweather, that Pacquiao guy would qualify for a P1 visa because they also allow prize money, like all that money that they would win after they beat the crap out of each other. Now, what about all those people in Pacquiao's corner? Those, his entourage, that could be his support personnel, and they would also qualify for the P1 visa. What if the World Cups in the United States? Probably also P1 visas then. Or the Olympics. Probably also P1 visas then. As the athletes are so amazing that they would qualify for this particular very, very exclusive visa. How exclusive? Well, I was trying to answer his question whether or not this is a viable thing that maybe a college athlete should look into, and it appears that it isn't. If you want, the Department of Homeland Security's data set that I used in crafting this number is in the description section below. Go down there, hey, give us a like, ask us your work visa question, and then click over and look at the data set that shows what percentage of the non-immigrant visa holders that pass through America in a given year. There is approximately 77 million people that come through America on a non-immigrant visa in any given year. What percentage is on a P1? 1/10 of 1%. That means that it's a 99.9% chance that you're not going to get a P1 visa. You're gonna know it when you see it. You know, you're gonna be Manny Ramirez or Manny Pacquiao. Boy, we used a lot of Mannys in these examples. Anyway, that's the answer to the P1 visa and a little background to it. I would say you're probably not gonna get in. And then Well, let's talk about that data set a little bit more. They said there was 99,000 P1s that came in. However, Manny Pacquiao and Manny Ramirez, they got boat money, they got airplane money. The I-94s that are counted in this Department of Homeland Security data set only look at coming and going, so the entry and the exits. What if that P1 visa holder, say, lives in the Dominican Republic, and over the course of the year comes and goes, especially in the off season because they play baseball, and they would be counted 10 times. So it could be an inflated number as they're just raw transmissions through the gate. That's the 77 million. So to answer his question, probably not. Anyway, if this is your first time watching us on workvisas.solutions and you're enjoying it, give us a thumbs up. Please ask us your work visas questions so that we can answer it. If you have any other questions, feel free to give us a call at workvisas.solutions. Talk to you real soon.